So in a way, in Astrostetics, it is the last planet that we can see without the aid of a telescope or some observational device. It's the guardian. Saturn also has a hexagonal structure on its north pole. Hexagons are governed by 6, which can deal with karma and defining of the lower self. And Saturn is the 6th planet away from the sun. So once again, Astrostetics shows that all of the planets have a karmic aspect attached to them. But Saturn is meant to adjust, and in the greatest sense, Saturn forces inevitable change that is meant to upgrade and mold our higher purpose. It's exalted in Libra. Now, how do we do this? We have to grow, carve character, mold our passions, and properly align them with the passage of time. This is how you build authority. If you want to become good at something, great with something, you got to develop experience, and this is how you gain mastery and expertise. This sheds light also on why we call Capricorn the executives. Saturn in traditional astrology rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn is the only planet that rules 2 signs consecutively, one after the other. Alright? So Saturn is the planet that is the most consistent with the space that it occupies. In Astrostetics, we stick with the traditional rulership because when you see why planets govern 2 signs, it'll blow your mind. Now, Saturn orbits the solar system in the slowest, but Saturn orbits on its own axis extremely fast. Saturn, in a way, is the planet with the most buoyancy. In Astrostetics, we want to know, why would one of the biggest planets have the most buoyancy? And Saturn deals with materialization and time management. Well, if you look at the other gas giants, Saturn rotates the slowest between Jupiter. So Saturn can deal with condensing the properties of space, and it's visible. Saturn can make things heavy, but it's the lightest planet, right? It has the most buoyancy in a way. So Saturn is a game changer, and it flips the game. This is why we call it the Grand Master. Saturn doesn't really have any variables of keeping time. That's the sun. And certain astronomical vibes, some people might say Saturn and the sun have beef. The sun can process light, meanwhile Saturn is at the edge of the solar system. The 6th planet away from the sun, the 3rd planet from the earth. Therefore, it gets the light from the sun. So Saturn, unless it's taking its light from Jupiter, Saturn manages its own planet the most, independently of the sun. It's like Saturn is on its own.